Hey guys, welcome back to ASP.NET MVC tutorial. I am Ashish. So this is part 28 of this video series. Before proceeding, please watch part 27 in order to create a registration page. Okay, so now in this tutorial, I'm going to create a login page using Bootstrap and jQuery. So let's get started. So here in my previous tutorial, I have just created this example for the user registration. Okay, so let's have the view of it. So here user can enter username, email ID, password and address. Okay, and finally submit his form. Okay, so now let's create a login user interface. So first of all, you just need to copy this and paste it here and just name it login. Okay, and right click on that and add a view. Just click on add button and wait for some minute. Okay, and here to save my time, I'm just copying this template. Okay, so I'm just copying this and pasting on my login page. Okay, so here some of thing I don't need I don't need this username and this address. Okay, instead of user register user, I'm just gonna use it login user, and I'm just replacing it. Okay, and one thing more, just use @modal space your project name MVC tutorial dot models dot. I'm gonna use same model. Okay, now here I'm calling this login user, so I just need to create a function, so I'm just copying pasting it here. Okay, so I will receive the data from this my form. So here is my form and I'm gonna submit it. So here I will receive all the form data, and from this Ajax call I will call my method login user. Okay, and just copy this. Okay, and after response I will put a just delete that. I will just do some other things. Okay, now go to controller and just copy this method and write a post method. So http post control kd. Okay, and just paste it. So my login user method is ready. Now I'm gonna return a JSON instead of this action result. So JSON result, and to handle this I will return this JSON, and let's say string JSON request behavior dot allow get. Okay, now here I'm gonna receive data from the database, but before that, if I am supposed to submit this data, so this data is nothing but coming from my registration view model. Okay, so I will just use it as a parameter, so use model. Okay, so I will receive my data as a parameter. Okay, so now create the DB context. So I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, and pasting it here, and now I'm gonna create a class site user equal to. Okay, so here I'm gonna get the data from the database, site users dot single or default, and save it. And here I'm gonna use this lambda expression to match my email ID, and email ID must be equal to the parameter dot email ID, and x dot password, let's use x dot password must be equal to the modal dot password. Okay, now control KD. So here I will receive the particular user data in this user. Now I will check whether user is null or not. So user is not equal to null. So if the user is not null, it means user is existing. So if user exists, then I will create a session let's say user ID equals, and now I will get the user ID from this user dot user ID. Okay, and now I'm gonna create another session, that is user dot username. Okay, and here I will use this user dot username. Okay, also I can receive the user ID, sorry, user role. So if you see that user dot user role, okay, so here I can find the role of the user. So if the user ID, if the role ID is 1, it means the user is admin, and if the role ID is 3, then user is the general user. Okay, so so with this role ID I can decide where to navigate. Okay, so now if user dot role ID, okay, equal to 3, then let's take a string result equals to null. Let's say first I will assign a fail, and then this result will be equal to, I will say this is the general user, okay. Now here else, and put a condition else if user dot role ID equal to 1, it means the user is admin. Okay, so I will receive this admin. Okay, and here I'm going to return this result in JSON. Okay, here if the user does not exist, then I will return this fail message, and if the role ID is 3, if user is not null, then I have just created this session username, session user ID, and then I just checked the role ID whether the user is admin or a general user. Okay, so I return here. Now move to your login.chhtml, and here you will get the response. Now here you can check if the response equal to fail, then don't do that, or window dot location dot href equal to, if the user is failed, then just redirect it to test controller, then login method. Okay, now else if response equal to admin, then you can just move this user to another page. Let's say test admin page. I have not created that page. Okay, and the last condition is else window.location.href should be equal to the index page. Okay, because in this condition my result would be a general user, so I'm not gonna check that. Okay, I'm gonna place a debugger here so that I can debug my code. Okay, and if I find some problem, then I can just check it. Okay, so now the first run this project, and let's check it. So here you go, and now on clicking on this login button, let's see, I have not binded anything, so let's bind. On the layout page, let's go to your login button and just bind test slash your login. Okay, so that it can navigate to your login page. So let's refresh this, and now click on that. Okay, so here you go, and now first of all you just need to put a breakpoint here, so that after I submit the form, okay, I can see that. Okay, so let's say ashish@gmail.com, and let's say password is 12345, and now I'm gonna submit it. So here you can find, so in the model I will receive my email ID and password, so two things I will receive there. Now function F10, so here I got, so here I will get the user. Okay, now you can see user is null. Okay, because the user is not there in my database. So ashish@yahoo.com, and password would be 123456. Okay, so but he's an admin, so I will use this donal@gmail.com. Okay, so just continue that. Now let's move here, and if you can see here in my code, I have just written if the response is failed, then again test/login. Okay, now use this donal@gmail.com. Okay, so I have copied this, and I'm just moving to my, now paste it here, and the password is 123456. Let's recheck. Okay, 123456, and now I'm gonna submit that. Okay, now again press function F10, and this time I got that user. Okay, so user, I got all the result of user. So here you can see I got the role ID and user ID, and here is password and the address username. Okay, and now function F10, user is not null, so it will create a session, and if the role ID is 3, you can see here the Donald has the role ID 3. Now function F10, so I will find this is a general user, so now my result would be this. So I just redirect to this index page, that is my final page. Okay, so session is created but I am not showing anywhere, so let's move to the layout and just use if, let's check if session user ID, okay, is not equal to null. Okay, means user is logged in. So I will just show this URL. Let's say copy this here and just put it here, else just show this login and registration button. Okay, and here I want to show only, let's say, hash, and instead of that use welcome colon, use this session, copy and paste it here, and user name. Okay, and put symbol here. Okay, and instead of registration button I will just show the logout button. Okay, and I will just call a logout method here, logout. Okay, just copy this and I will create this logout method. So here you should verify that if user ID username is okay or not. Okay, user ID is okay and username is okay. So now let's create one more method, that is, just stop that, and you can write a public action result, let's say logout. Okay, now here you can create a logout method. So inside that, on logout button click, you can just return something. You can write here session dot clear, and then you just need to stop this session dot abandon. Okay, and this is the method, and session dot clear. So, and now finally return redirect to action, and if the logout is okay, so you can just go to the login page back. Okay, so here you can see my login page. So after logout it will return back to the login. Okay, now let's put a breakpoint here, and now run your project. Here you go. Now I'm gonna click on login button. Okay, and just copy this Donald and paste it here, and password is 123456, and I'm gonna submit that, and let's continue that. Okay, so I got some error no, I got this page. So welcome Donald. Okay, and here is your button logout. So this time it's not showing the registration or login button. So just put a logout, so session will be clear and abandoned. Okay, and it will be redirect back to this login page. Okay, so if you want to register, then click on registration button, and here you can find. Okay, so here finally, if the role ID is 1 and I'm supposed to redirect it on this this admin page. Okay, so you can perform any action with this role ID. Okay, so you can't find this uh, I have not created this admin page, that's why I know you can do that. So that's the basic concept of creating a logging session. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like my video, then give us a thumbs up, and if you have any query, then do comment and share my videos and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you very much, have a great day.